No, this hasn't gone down well at all, because you see, this was the sort of thing that was actually going to put some prestige back into the brand of the Sussexes. That's right. Get your teeth in for that, Neil. The Sussexes, right? That's right, Harry and Meghan. And the thing about it was, of course, it's such a prestigious sort of thing that really you would have thought they would have snapped it up. But exactly what made this particular project fall apart, literally at the seams, as ever, let me explain. Hi, good to see you. Are you all right? Yes, I'm not bad, thank you. Back now with these beautiful flowers. Look at that gorgeous hanging basket. Yeah, it's thriving, isn't it? Even though we're now in the middle of September. Has September gone well for you? Has it gone quickly? It's gone quickly for me, yes. As you know, earlier on at the beginning of the month, we went down to Brighton. Quite nice weather. Still quite nice weather now, but of course, not bikini weather, is it? When you're sitting in yours, you're not giving in for summer. I know the feeling. I don't mind. No, of course, it's how you feel comfortable, isn't it? You know, absolutely. I just find these things quite funny. You know, you see sort of people still here in London, all the boys still wandering around their shorts and t-shirts, and you think, it's not that warm. But when you're young, you're daft, aren't you? You just want to cling on to things, you know, still pretend it's all going swimmingly. I don't know about you, I find things like this quite amusing too, because when you think about it, there is, of course, the National Portrait Gallery in the very heart of London, a very prestigious sort of place to go in, and I would recommend it genuinely, because there's areas that you have to pay, but in part, most of it is free. And if it's a bit of a drizzly, rainy day and you want to get inspired or just get out of the rain and keep warm, it is a wonderful place, and they have a great shop where I saw Madonna once in there. Oh yes, and also a wonderful cafe, which is not too pricey. I don't mind sharing that with you either. Now, what's happened is this: Meghan's personal photographer, Mr. Harriman, well, he boasted earlier on around May time that his latest picture of Harry and Meghan, looking very sort of presidential, which was taken in Manchester a couple of years before, had been accepted to be inside the National Portrait Gallery. Now, this isn't the first time that Mr. Harriman has been inside the Portrait Gallery, because he's already had works displayed in there, you know, so I'm not knocking that at all, but you know, he was a little preemptive with this particular idea. And as I told you, I looked into this at great length simply because I thought, well, hang on, you know, how does one go around this? Now, I don't know if you know this, but you and I, if we took a great picture out and about, we can submit it. You don't have to be from a great background or a very successful celebrity background to get that there. You can just say, and would you like it? And if they like it, they may do a deal, or they may just, you know, put it online, all that sort of stuff. Now, what's interesting is Mr. Harriman was very annoyed, apparently earlier this year, with the Mail, that is the Daily Mail newspaper, because they insinuated, of course, that certain things were not exactly correct about certain pictures. Remember that story? Well, then it escalated even more, because Mr. Harriman went on social media and waffled on forever, and it never really went anywhere, but then went on a few days later to boast about this, that his picture had now been accepted. Well, as I said, he preempted that, because bottom line is the National Portrait Gallery have decided that they're not going to be displaying it, but they're filing it. Basically means they'll keep it, but you know, there's no reason to put it up. And this is, a lot of people have got speculated, is this because the patron of the National Portrait Gallery is none other than Catherine, Princess of Wales? Let me 100% tell you this: she doesn't have a sway or a say in what is displayed. That is down to the internal staff and the CEO, the curator of that particular venue. Nothing to do with her at all. So it's fascinating how they try and pinpoint that on her. And this no doubt will be, you know, pinpointed on Catherine at some point later on when this really takes off. What about Mr. Harriman? Well, no word as yet on the alleged snub or anything like that. And I wouldn't see it as a snub. I would just say, you submitted it, they've decided against it. But according to sources inside the Montecito camp, Harry and Meghan see this as once again the establishment turning against them, and the fact that really, you know, this particular portrait encapsulates everything that they want to say as a message out to their brand. Now, whichever way you look at it, and this is whether it's right or wrong, or who instigated the idea of originally sending the picture off, it's well and truly backfired, and once again making sure a lot of negative PR is placed at the door of the Sussex camp, as if he needed any more. Looks like Harry and Meghan are going to be left hanging for some time, but not in the National Portrait Gallery. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.